This story comes to us from Wesley Yinpool over at IGN. Days after shutting XDefiant and laying off hundreds of staff, Ubisoft is reportedly considering how to structure a Tencent buyout without the Guillemot family losing control. I don't know how they're going to manage that. It's not really how a buyout works.
Literal insanity. Good luck. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Ubisoft's share price skyrocketed today amid intensifying rumors that Chinese megacorp Tencent is engaged in buyout talks. The company behind Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six Siege has suffered a torrid year with multiple studio closures, mass layoffs, and game shutdowns. The company's next big game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, was delayed into 2025, and Star Wars Outlaws failed to meet sales expectations. According to Reuters, Ubisoft shareholders are considering how to structure a possible buyout of the French company without reducing the founding Guillemot family's control. The Guillemot family is the largest shareholder in Ubisoft and is reportedly in talks with Tencent and other investors as it seeks funding a management buyout. Tencent is the second largest shareholder in Ubisoft with 10%, and according to Reuters, has yet to decide whether to fund the buyout. Reuters said Tencent's indecision is partly because it has asked for a greater say on future board decisions, including cash flow distribution in return for financing the deal. Apparently, the Guillemot family has yet to agree to those terms, but Tencent's willing to wait for them to come around. There's more stuff to the article. It's we don't need to talk about, but what a wild state the Ubisoft is in. I don't have much to say about this, but I think what blows my mind the most is Ubisoft back in the day. That was one of those like studios that when they put out a game, it was like the Nintendo Gold Seal. You knew it was good.
Right.
It was like every game was a banger.
Time.
Every game was incredible. Every game was fun. They had a game for everyone. Whether it was Far Cry, whether it was Rainbow Six, whether it was Splinter Cell, whether it was, X, Y, or Z. Every game was Rayman Raving Rabbids, bangers, banger after banger.
Yeah, of course.
They're the best game they ever made, Rayman Raving Rabbids, it's just, I don't know, it's sad to see this happening where, they're shutting down games, they're shutting down studios, they're laying people off. Like financially, they're like crumbling. But it's because like their games that they put out are just like all mediocre or bad.
I was gonna say, go ahead and say it. They're all mid. This is the first real win they've gotten.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. Like Star Wars Outlaws is like, to a lot of people seemed like a win, but even they're saying like it didn't expect how they wanted it to. So it's still not even a win. Like they're still losing. I don't know. It just seems so crazy to me. I don't know. And then for them to think like, oh yeah, and we're gonna, in order to like, I don't know, get ourselves out of this mess, we're gonna sell the company, but we still want control.
Where have you ever heard that being done? Ever?
I'm trying to figure out, like, obviously, I mean, now that we have the context of like, okay, Tencent owns 10%. That's ironic. The name Tencent, 10%. They own 10% of the company. I don't know how much the Guillemot family holds. So it's like, okay, I understand, like, they could give them, like 40%. Or 45%, and then the Guillemot family hold 55%, and technically Guillemot family would still be in control.
Right.
Like that's technically how it works. But I don't know. When I hear the word buyout, though, I assume it's a larger percentage than just that. So like when they're using the words buyout, like that just sounds very like intense. Like, oh no, like they're in dire straits and they want to sell off a big chunk of the company, but somehow retain like the rights as if they still have Guillemots have majority. I'm like, that's, I don't know anyone who would be okay with that. I don't think anyone would be okay with that. But I don't know. I hope they can figure it out. And honestly, only because I just hope one day Ubisoft can turn it around. Like, I don't know where they went wrong, but I don't know. I just hope one day they can figure it out.
Far Cry and every game being like Far Cry.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's kind of like once they just started making all the same game, every game's the same, just with a different skin.
Yep.
Oh well, one day maybe they'll be back. Or not. They'll just disappear
And
off the
stronger than ever.
face of the earth. And,
under 10-cent rules.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the whole episode, the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.